Hey everybody, welcome back to Success Secrets Revealed. And today I am super excited that we have Sherri Innis with us. She is the CEO of Selfie School, and I'm going to give you her bio in a little bit. But first I want to tell you about this show, how it came about, our sponsor, and then I'll introduce Sherri and then we'll bring her on. The show Success Secrets Revealed came about because I, Ronald Couming, I have a radio show with 1.7 million reach. Took a while to build that up, but because of COVID, the radio station isn't manning the station. So they're running reruns, and all our guests were important and informative, but they're reruns. So especially in today's day and age, there's so much going on. I wanted to continue to deliver content and value to our listeners and our viewers. So I started this Success Secrets Revealed, I was doing 5 a week. Now I'm going to do 5 one day a week, taking out the audio, sending it to the radio station so they can run it in some order when they get to it, but also that everybody can see these lives and listen and learn. I want to let you know that I don't get paid to do this. My guests don't get paid to do this. They don't pay to come on this show. This is just everybody coming in here to just, contribute, serve, not sell. Some people give away free gifts and books and parts of books, so take advantage of it. The sponsor for this show is RCS Online Solutions. It's my company. We're a digital marketing company. We help business owners and entrepreneurs attract, convert, and retain their ideal customers and clients. Let's face it, at the end of the day, you can have the best product, best service, best programs, best solutions, websites, funnels. You can have the best of everything. But if people can't find you, they can't flow you, as Grant would say. But if they can't find you, in my words, they can't consider you, and they certainly can't hire you. So you have to be on the first page of the search engines for whatever your product, services, or solutions are. Not your company's name and not your personal name, because nobody's searching for you. If they know that, they're calling you. So they're searching for their products, solutions, and services. That's where we come in. We'll get you ranked often before you even pay us, 100% organic. Now, my favorite part of this show is introducing our guest, and today we got a rock star, somebody I've gotten to know over several months, and man, she has just a good vibe, and her mindset is so authentic, and you're just gonna love her. Sherri Innis is a serial entrepreneur, a virtual fitness coach, professional photographer, CEO, Selfie School, world traveler, former community creator for Grant Cardone, obsessed with courage and confidence and helping people feel more connected. Please help me welcome Sherri Innis. Hey! I gotta get a clap trap. You know what I mean?
You really do. You really
do. So that was a good introduction. That was a good bio. Was there, can you tell us? I'm trying to get your feed here. Here it is. So great to have you on here today. A lot of changes going on recently, but we didn't mention that you are a cat aficionado.
Okay, and I was going to add that. I'm a cat lady and a wine lady, and I'm just so grateful, and I'm already learning how you just structured that, how you introduced, thinking about what you do for services. I'm like, man, I need to hire him to get on the first page to get those results. So just really excited to be here, and yeah, lots changing, but we're always in transition. We're always moving to what's next, and it's an exciting time.
I love it, man. And that's such a good prospect. I mean, we all have to pivot at times. Like at first, my first 3 weeks, they were running reruns on the radio show. And I'm like, what am I going to do? I said, well, start something new and then just push the pot over there, right? And so I love it. But tell us a little bit more about you. We're going to go back and forth, but I want to, your bio, I mean, I've known you, I've seen you taking pictures in Colorado. I just heard about you being in Dubai and Switzerland and or Sweden, somewhere where everybody has blonde hair. Everybody has blonde hair, one of those countries, right? And so tell us more, man. I mean, you're an amazing.
Yeah, so just always wanted to do a lot of things, always really felt like I was made to do something great, and didn't want to ever stay small. So going to college, really wasn't for me. They said just choose one thing, and then I went from there. I worked in a factory to pay off my college debt because I went to this private school. And so I was working like third shift in a factory, doing quality control for food products like hairnet, like the outfit, whatever. And then I moved to Europe and really met a ton of amazing people. I got to run an online community to help expats meet each other. And then I took that offline to drinks every week with people. And so I was meeting people at the table. There would be 6 different languages going on. There were just, people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. And I was 23 at the time, gathering people to connect and have community in this new place where they lived. So did that for a little while, then moved to Dubai from Switzerland. So that's the tiny country that's next to France. Then moved to Dubai, was there for a few years, decided I wanted to learn how to become a photographer, moved to Atlanta to apprentice with a photographer there and learned everything that I needed to know from him. And then from there, got an opportunity to check out Vail, Colorado, fell in love. It was very similar to Switzerland with the mountains and the activities, and just fell in love there and started a business just from the ground up, built it really on social media. I love what you said. They can't, and Grant says this all the time, they can't flow you if they don't know you. So really built a business using social media to get known. And from there, like just stuff has kind of come to fruition. Moved to Miami to work with Grant. Now going to go to full-time entrepreneurship again, but with this wave of 10x momentum behind me. And it's just super exciting.
Yeah, and you surrounded yourself with some of the best. I mean, going back towards like when you created that group. So to me, it's kind of like you've always been in the event space, meeting people, a natural greeter, a natural connector of bringing people together. My girlfriend's Cambodian, and she's part of an expatriate group here in Boston. So as soon as you said that, it hit my mind because there's like 600 of them. And I'll go to the events with them, right? And it's like, there might be like 5 Americans and everybody else is from another country. So, but I love it because it's like I get to, they'll bring, potluck. So they'll all bring different dishes and different languages and different cultures. But yeah, so for you to get to experience that, and then my mind obviously starts thinking, well, you sell $10 tickets and you provide some avatars, and you know what I mean?
Well, and so that's what happened. But if there's 600 who are in that group, there are probably 6,000 who are still not connected. They don't even know the group exists, and they're desperate for community. Yeah. And that's a huge important thing to me, that people know that they belong, that they matter, that they have a place to go to belong. Life is lonely. Like, it's better to do it with people. And that's what I started to do. So in Switzerland, it started out as, and I branded it, new member drinks. So when you were new to the website, you came to the new member drinks.
You got a free
drink. And I love branding. I love creating. And so that was always a thing. And then it was, and some people might even be tuning on, their lifelong friends from Switzerland. But then it turned into like a monthly party and a quarterly party where I would, come together with the restaurant or come together with the space. And it definitely grew into something really special and honestly monetizable, if that's a word.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's, for me, I was just thinking that too, because when people like these people who came here to the group that my girlfriend's in, it really became because they don't have any real family here. They all came here for a job or a business, or they got married initially and now they're divorced, whatever the case may be, right? But so for them, the group became their family.
100%.
Yeah. So to me, I mean, that's excellent. But, first I got this visual, right, of you wearing a hand net on a third shift, right? That was a travesty of justice. I mean, I can't imagine, if I was like the manager, I'd be walking by, I'd be like, girl, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? And
I love it though. My dad is an executive in the company, and from the age of 16, we had access to work in this factory. And my parents taught me hard work. You work for what you get. There were no handouts. My parents gave me a very little amount toward college, but the rest I needed to come up with on my own, which I fully respect, because then I took ownership of what I was doing. I took it seriously. And, I had the opportunity to work in this factory, making boxes, right? Like taping the boxes, taking things off the assembly line. Everybody's going to like Lucy You know, that with the chocolate. I mean, I literally, that's what I did for several summers, and I would go off to college and I could come back and work there, but it was good money. I was 16 and I was making $7.35 an hour. We don't want to talk about how long ago 16 was, but it was really good money at the time. And it really just taught me the value of hard work.
Yeah. Hard work. I love it. And now then you went on to be a nanny. I mean, you there's like 10 different versions of you, and it's probably all before you were 25. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So nanny for a little bit, just for the opportunity to go abroad. And then I actually worked for the heiress of Van Cleef and Arpels and one of the richest men in Israel. And they had a home in Geneva. And I was the nanny to the 16-year-old daughter. So really didn't need to nanny, but basically drove her to school. And then they put me in French class for 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. So I got paid to learn French fluently and like live in the Beverly Hills of Geneva, Switzerland. Like the stories, my friends are always like, write the book, Sherri, write the book. I'm like, it's coming.
Yes, write the book, definitely. You know, how you just grab your phone and just talk into your phone and just start.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you just talk to your phone, you just write a chapter, send it out to like Rev.
Send it out to Carolyn Flower, and then she can write the book for me.
Yeah, or even like if you just want to get it printed, you rev.com, they'll print it out for like $1 a minute, and then you edit it, and then you send it to Cheryl, you know what I mean? So you're talking to your phone, chapter 1, you know what I mean? Just do sections, you know, maybe, you know, from 1 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15. And then when I went to Switzerland, I worked here. I did this, and this, and just talk it all in one chapter, you know, as you're out jogging or doing something.
Yeah, that's so smart.
Yeah, you're just talking to your phone, record it, and then send it off, have it transcribed, edit it, and then send it to Carolyn. She's going to be on the show, I believe, next week, too.
I love that. She's a wonderful human soul.
Yeah, and I love she's a 10Xer, too. You see over there? You see?
I know. We all have it. It's like we all have it. Hey, listen, and I said this in my live today. Like I was introduced to Grant Cardone through my coaching business. So I do an MLM and partner with Beachbody as a virtual health coach. Saw that as a really great opportunity. And because of that, I had been introduced to the 10X rule. I listened to it. It was so powerful. And then got to come and work there. Like I was a 10Xer. It was just in my veins already.
Yep.
And then got to go be part of the source. And so coming out of it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's even more. That's why the 10X momentum wave, I'm like, dude, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, you know, we get what we need in life when we need it. And then when we don't need it, whether we don't realize we don't need it or whatever, you know, things happen and we move on. But you were literally at the heart center. You literally sat at the table and talked to the person who not only invented it, but then all the other students. That education that you got for the time you were there is worth millions.
Millions. I am so, like, it gives me goosebumps. I'm so deeply grateful for the education and the knowledge that I got, the push, the belief, like it has changed my life.
Yep. I'm a big fan of all that. And also, so now tell us going forward, I mean, we can certainly talk about anything more that you've done. And I remember you when you were at the event, or I remember the first time I saw you, it was at the
boot camp?
The boot camp.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember. Was I that annoying one?
No. I was overwhelmed. There was like 500 people and I was just like, whoa. And I like some people knew me and I knew them, but then it was awesome.
For me, it was like, who is that? I swear to God. And then when Jared talked about his story, about how he met his wife, declared, I almost walked up to you and said, you don't know this yet, right? But then I figured all them guys up on the stages, right? You could see everybody was packing, right? I said, I'm just going to sit down and just get a little bit of info and move on.
So funny.
But you did. When you walked across the room, I was like, I know you from somewhere. And you were like, oh, maybe on Facebook. And I was like, yeah, maybe. And that was it. But you definitely made an impression. And so super happy. And I'm a big fan of everything that they do. And I go back and I re-listen. You know, sometimes I'll tape
100%.
it. yeah, I'll tape it on my phone because, I just got so much going on sometimes. So then I'll listen to it when I'm walking. I'll go walk 3, 4, 5 miles or jog, and I'll just listen to it and ingrain. I think Brandon Dawson talked about how he just like immersed himself in it for like 2 weeks or something before he even went to 10X, just so it was him. And I think there was somebody else too. Jared says normally just do like 3 or 4 or something, but somebody else said, well, I did them all. He said, well, okay, do them all just to get it out of your system, immerse yourself. But then after that, do 3 or 4 because your brain can only take so much.
Right.
If you're listening to the Cardone U stuff. Otherwise, you're just pouring water on a sponge and it's not going to absorb it. But so tell us now more. What are your plans now and going forward? And tell the world how we can help you too.
100%. And I agree so much with that. I liken that to when I learned French. I went 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, and I made it about 5 months, but I was exhausted because there was so much coming into my brain. And I had to stop it at about 5 months because I had taken in as much as I could, like a saturated sponge, right? And then it was about 3 weeks later that I was out to dinner and was with my boyfriend at the time, and the waiter came over and it just flew out of my mouth fluently, like for the first time ever. And he looked over at me, he's like, Sherri, you're speaking French. And I'm like, it was like the light bulb had just gone on and like all of the information finally was able to go. And I'll tell you that everything with 10X, like I still will watch Young Hustlers. I will be into all of the content, all of the stuff that's on YouTube, like Cardone University, because I still don't get it. Like I get a lot of it, but I still don't get it. So there's still so much room to grow.
Yeah.
10X rule will always be my favorite, or maybe be obsessed or be average. And I will always re-listen to those. Brandon Dawson, probably the smartest person I've ever, like Brandon, Jared, and Grant, like the smartest people I've ever met, and to continue to learn from them. Now's the time to take massive action. So as I grow my business, I was messaging Brandon Dawson earlier and I'm like, he's like, wish you the best. And I'm like, no, we're just getting started. You realize that, right?
I knew, man.
I'm going to go and like build my business to $200,000 a month. That's the target. And I'm going to need your help because I don't know what to do after I start making 50 a month. Like I'm going to need your guidance and your counsel. And I want to be surrounded by people who have done what I want to do. So it's just getting started. So that's exciting.
I love it. And you have surrounded yourself. What's great about it is, first of all, anybody, all of us, if we're the smartest person in the room, we're in the wrong room to begin with. But you want to surround yourself with people who have already been there and done that, right? And you want to seek counsel, not advice. You don't want to ask somebody who's never written a book how to write a book, or your broke brother-in-law how to make investments on your 501k, right? Or 401k. And you want to seek counsel, somebody who's been there and done that. But you put yourself in the room with all those people. You've developed friendships with them. Some of it was based on business, but some of it, more of it spills over. That's how it starts. And then it becomes friendships. So now Mr. Dawson will help you. You know what I mean? So it's like, me walking up to him, he'll be like, yeah, you know what I mean? Can I see this? You know what I mean? Your checkbook, right? I mean, but with which is fine because I 10 times it in time with him, right? But you've built a rapport with, you put yourself in the room. That's one of the most important things, is put yourself in the room with the people who are acting and living and doing business at the level you want to be at, but like 5 times higher.
100%.
Yeah, get in that room and pay to get in their room, pay up, show up, and blow up. You know what I mean?
That's the plan. That is literally, those are the marching orders. I'm literally launching a business today, which is Selfie School. Super exciting. I am a professional photographer, so I'll still do that. I love all of my clients. I've spent years building that book of business. So very excited to serve my clients there. And then virtual health coaching is blowing up as well. That's a new thing for me. It's like I said, I partner with Beachbody programs and products, but my coaching platform is confidence and courage and community, and helping people kickstart healthy habits, but also, mindset, really the mindset of you're okay, you're enough, you're loved, you're not alone, you belong, And we do that through the daily discipline of fitness and nutrition. So it's super exciting. And then obviously Selfie School launches today, which, I chose that title for a reason because it's catchy. It's kind of vain. People think like selfies are kind of like, I did. I was the person who judged anybody who was posting a picture of themselves consistently online. And now I realize that it's a way to brand yourself. It's a way to get your brand out there, your personal brand. If that's what your business is, or to show up as part of your own brand if you're like a company or a brick and mortar business, but to consistently show up. And Selfie School it's just better photos, period. So whether you're taking a picture of your cat or a picture of your food or a picture of your kid, you're going to have the tools and training to take better photos, period.
I love it. And that's excellent. And that's coming from somebody, again, who has that experience. One thing I'd like to talk to you about on the your businesses, blowing up your businesses. I mean, those like Beachbody is an MLM. Yeah. So they have certain words and they have certain logos and stuff, right? But you can create like your own site. Right now, everybody is so concerned, or they should be, right? Once we're coming out of COVID, right? This isn't the end of it. It might be the end of COVID. It may not be, but somewhere down the line, there's something else coming. So the one thing we do know is that if you have a strong, healthy immune system and you exercise and you take care of yourself, you will have a better chance. Nothing's guaranteed. You might get hit by a bus.
100%.
Yeah, but you'll have a better chance. You'll be able to walk up 3 flights of stairs at 70 and not be out of breath, right? And, some people at 40, that might be.
30, I was going to say, like, that's the thing.
Yeah. So I think that's tremendous. Right now, you are hitting it is a gold mine for people who have anything to do with like restructuring credit, restructuring debt, so you don't have to do bankruptcy. I got a client we'll build tomorrow. We're doing all his videos and we're building out his whole thing. And because how to restructure your debt without filing bankruptcy. So you're going to pay 5-7 cents on the dollar. So you're reducing it. You're not going to destroy your credit score, and you don't have to file bankruptcy. So people will still do business with you. But and then I have a couple others that I'm doing this week. But immunity right now, you are at. It is so important, but it's also the way. Like there's a certain words like you probably wouldn't get away with putting COVID-19. But C19 didn't get you, but the next one might. 3 tips to avoid. You know what I mean? Something like that. Because you're right. You want hook, story, offer, right? So the hook is the catch. Whatever they see on whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, it stops them. Whether it's a picture, it's a couple of words, it's the hook. And then the story is, okay, C19 didn't get you, but the next one might. Best way to protect yourself is to have a strong immunity system. A strong immunity system becomes from this, and these are all links to your site. And then
you're a marketer. You're like a professional marketer. I love that.
Yeah. And then your site, right? You can talk to them about it on it, right? Without mentioning your Beachbody products. But then when they go to click and buy a shake, it'll take them right to your site. So everything goes through your site. But this way here, you're not doing anything that infringes upon any of Beachbody or whatever products you're promoting. Copyrighted material. I've done many sites for people who do MLMs, sort of like what you see here. You have the ad. If you see the ad, then you have the bridge. The ad is what you get them. The bridge is to your site, your MLM site. So this is a bridge because you can't sell them. You can't send them to your site directly unless you're going to use Beachbody material. And then all this different stuff. But but I love it, man. But you are so uniquely, if you do it right, you even if you do it wrong, you're gonna make money. But it's because it's so important right now for people to focus on their health. We dodged a bullet with this one, right? And but we have no idea what the heck's coming next. And where everybody can just jump on a plane and
It's crazy. Yeah. And in the Beachbody thing, it's definitely Shakeology is a huge part of it. It's the nutrition. That's what I always struggled with when I went to the gym. The fitness is a big part, but really it's the challenges. It's having the personal coach. You can go buy a shake. You can go to Costco and get their protein shakes. You can go to Isogenics, get a shake. You can go to Herbalife and get that stuff. But to really have the coach that comes alongside you and gives you the accountability and says, hey, do you want to do this healthy lifestyle thing together? I think that is Beachbody's secret sauce. And I've just seen I've seen my cousins build an amazing business with this. And then the flip side of that is building the team, right? The MLM structure is, and with Beachbody, like I could go out and sell stuff, but it's really not even about direct sales. It's about building a team of people who want to do life with you, who want to be committed to a healthy lifestyle, who care about having a healthy immune system, but also care about bone density, exercising their heart. I had a very dear friend pass away at 31 of a massive heart attack, 31 years old. And that changed my life. Like I stand for what I represent in products and programs, because I want people to not be out of breath at 31 when they're going up the stairs, or 70. I don't want them to fall and break their hip. I want them to, have a healthy gut and have a good mindset. Like it's all just really good stuff that I believe in. And so
I love it. That's your story too, because we already had the hook. Now we got the story. I had a really good friend die at 31, and somebody, you know what I mean? Because you have the hook, now you have the story, and then you tie it in. It's the epiphany bridge. And I love it, man.
Let's build it.
We should talk, because I know you're massively connected too. So, I mean, for me, I would be looking, I'm looking for referrals from you, because I know you're massively connected. So, let me prove myself, you know what I mean? And earn your referrals. And now that's another one great thing I love about the whole 10X community is that there are just so many, there is such a diversity of products and services out there, but everybody's on the same plane. Everybody's on the same plane. I want to serve. I don't want to sell. How can I help? I will help and then be helped.
100%. Like that is the mission through and through. How can we serve? How can we serve? How can we help? What problem can we help you solve today? How can we help you go from where you're at to where you want to be?
Yeah. Oh man, you should listen to my voicemail. That's what I say. We are transitional engineers. We get you from where you want.
Oh, I love that. Transitional engineer.
Yeah, we are transitional engineers. We get you from where you are to where you want and need to be.
Yes. I like that you're laughing at yourself because
yeah, well, you got to have fun with it, right? You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, and sometimes people will call and I say, Ronald Couming speaking, how may I enhance your existence?
I had somebody do that to me the other day. They're like, hey, so-and-so, how can I make your day better? And I was like, that's brilliant. How can I make your day better?
Excellent.
Your reach out. Like, even if you're just in sales and you're just doing reach outs, hey, how can I make your day better? Thank you for asking. Nothing, but that just made my day better that you asked.
Good. I love it. Sherri, I like to ask people for 3 things. If you were a business owner or an entrepreneur, or you want to be, can you give us 3 pieces of advice that people could consider? And then I want to make sure you give everybody your contact info. And if your new contact info isn't in the bio and stuff you sent me, please send it, because this stuff's going to be blasted all over the place, probably before the end of tonight or lunch tomorrow, and indexed and everything. So
all right, 3 pieces of advice.
Yep. And then I want all your links too, all your new links or wherever you want, and I'll put them all in these descriptions. You froze on me, so I hope you're still there.
Yeah,
I can hear you a little bit now. Oh no, Mr. Bill.
Not sure what's happening.
Perfect. You're back. Let's not jinx.
Back?
Yes.
I don't know what happened. I see my camera like cutting out.
It froze.
Man.
It's freezing again. Wow. Right at the end.
Oh no.
All right. Well, there it is now. I heard you say, oh no.
Okay.
Whatever you're doing, just don't move your hands. Maybe that'll do it. You froze again. What's going on? You probably could log out and log right back in. It won't stop the interview.
Okay, let's do that.
Even though I just heard you perfect right now. Sherri will be back with us in 1 second. Just waiting. What a great interview, huh? What a great attitude. So much to offer the world. Been all over the place. Who can imagine living in all those different places, having all those different experiences? But she's going to come on back on, and she's going to give us a couple of tips on how business owners or entrepreneurs could achieve even greater success going forward. Ta-da!
Okay, let's try this.
All right, perfect.
Maybe I just needed time to think about my 3 things, because I'm on the spot. I don't always, like, I could tell you 100 things. I would say pick up the 10X rule. Listen to it. You have Grant Cardone in your ear as your personal trainer. If it resonates with you, apply what's in the book. If you're an average person and you like your life in mediocrity,
yep,
you're not going to like the book and you're going to put it down. So that book changed my life. That's literally like, just go out and 10X. Literally, success is our duty and our responsibility and our obligation. And I live by the motto that if I can, I must. So I wake up every day with a deep sense of purpose in what I'm doing. I know the direction I'm going in. I have a deep sense of purpose in that, to change lives, to help as many people as possible. Got massive goals, and just never quit. You were referencing 3 Feet from Gold earlier a little bit. Did you? Yeah. So Greg Reed, amazing, phenomenal person, like just an amazing book.
Yeah.
You're a lector. Just don't quit. You can't quit. And if you don't quit, you can't fail. That's Grant Cardone too. It's like that's just my life motto.
Yep. Both of them are friends of mine, and they both, on my first week of this show, I had Alex Stern. He sold his business, Constant Contact, for $1 billion. Dave Corbin was the next guest. He serves usually the top 50 Forbes. Wednesday was Greg Reed.
Yep.
Thursday was Frank Shankowitz from Make-A-Wish Foundation, and Friday was Sharon Lechter. And then the next week I had some pretty big guests on to Chicken Soup for the Soul, Mark Victor Hansen, and then him and his wife are launching a new group. But these are people, because I've traveled the country. I mean, just like I've gone to different events where I saw you at 10X and stuff, but I've traveled the country and I speak on the stages on internet marketing and business solutions. But so after we speak, the speakers, is usually like a speaker's party, but then there's also like, we'll go out to dinner and stuff, or lunch in between sessions. And you just get to know people and you become friends and you just follow up. But I'm telling you, just like you with Grant and them, some of these people, can I tell you a quick story?
Yes, please.
I was speaking in LA, right? And it was it was the day of the Boston Red Sox. I'm a Red Sox fan from Boston, obviously, right?
Yes. I'm like, duh.
And Grant and Elena were in LA to see at the Staples Stadium to see the first game, right? They paid 10 grand to sit right behind home plate so he could have the 10X sign on, right? So I hear that they're downstairs. So I'm upstairs. I'm speaking at an event on the 2nd floor. So I come downstairs. Now you think I got pastel on now, right? And I put this on for you, girl, because I know you're Florida. So I put on pastel. I got 5 interviews today, back to back. 5 different shirts. I have 4 shirts here, right? I said, which one am I going to wear twice?
That's massive action.
Yeah. I said, which one am I going to wear twice? I said, I'm not. I said, I'm going to go wear my pastel shirt for Sherri. He's from Florida.
I love it.
So anyhow, so I come downstairs and I think I might have had this one on with a white jacket over it, right? And this was LA, but I always wear a jacket. And it's actually up on my Facebook thing with me, him, and Elena. And Ryan took the picture. But I went down and I started speaking to him, and it was like the whole restaurant was closed. And I'm looking around, right? And they're kind of like way in the background. So I walk in the background and I start talking. And so Grant, I'm talking to Grant, but then I kind of like pivoted to Elena. And I said, Grant, I know that you're a rock star and everybody knows you're a rock star, but I met you through Elena. And he looked at me and he said, there was a video that Elena did where she was speaking at some event and you were doing the live stream. And she asked you, what should I talk about? And you said, go deep, go wide. And she talked about the experience where you came and said, we're dead, we're done. It was like 2008 or whatever. And she basically said, do I look like I'm dead to you? And she sent them in the room to get the book. And then she talked about the Clydesdales. And if you have 2 Clydesdales, it's not 16,000 that they can pull, it's 24. And if you train them correctly, it's 38. So when I started listening to her, I typed on that day. I was in St. Croix. I went down there for 2 months because I can work remotely anywhere, right? So I went down to U.S. Virgin Islands for 2 months.
That's the way to do it, by the way.
Yeah, just hang out on the beach.
That's my motivation.
Yeah, so I'm sitting down there, right? And so they were doing the 10X in Miami, so I couldn't make it. I would have had to cut my trip short, right? So, but when I saw that video, I just write, this is a kingmaker, right? And I said that about Elena, kingmaker. This is a kingmaker, and it's stuck on Instagram. So that's why if I go there, right? If the last time we were at the boot camp, she's like, "Hey, Ron," you know what I mean? Yeah, it was so nice because, but it was really, I mean, the way she spoke and the way she encouraged him, right? To me, that is like
it breathes life into the male. Like she's incredible. She is a pillar of strength, and she's just a rock.
Yeah.
Incredible belief. Like it's just, she's special. And I'm glad that he found somebody like that to help move them forward.
Yeah. And to me, it was just amazing. So I call her the kingmaker.
Kingmaker. Maybe that should be her next book.
Yeah, and she's Empire, and I love the book Empire too. I've read it a couple of times. But anyhow, so that was my story. Oh, by the way, I bought them lunch that day. When I left, after I got my picture, I left and I paid for their lunch. But it was so funny because there was hardly anybody there. So I'm trying to pay for their lunch discreetly and leave, right? But the people at the counter, they're saying, who? Which ones? Those ones? Those ones? I said, man, don't point. I'm trying to do this as a favor, quietly, right? Yeah. And I said, them. I said, them back there. You see them? And so then they pay. It was like $50 or something, right? We just had sandwiches. So then I leave and I'm around the side and I'm talking to my friend, Katerina, and so now they're coming out, and she's like, oh man, I wish I got to meet them and stuff, right? So now they're coming out, but just by chance, instead of going right to the stadium, they took a left and came by where we were standing. I was standing, she was sitting, and he looked at me and he said, was that you? And I said, what? Was that you who paid for my lunch? And I said, yeah. And he goes, thank you. And I said, sir, I'm grateful for everything you do for us, right? And so that was pretty cool. But then also Katerina got to speak to Elena and both of them too. So it
Grant doesn't miss a thing. His bandwidth is incredible. He picks up everything, and he's a super genuine guy. So I'm glad you had that experience. That's awesome.
And I asked them too, right? I said, this is very important, guys, right? It's very important. I said, so you rooting for the Red Sox or LA? And then they said the Red Sox, right? So then, right? Oh, wait a minute. I might even have it here. Then here it is. Well, this is a different one. When we were at one other event, I met her, Elena, at an event in Boston. But this was the picture of that event. So what I did is, right, after the event and after the Red Sox won, I went and I bought Red Sox shirts for him and for her. So then I wrote on the back, right? I wrote on to Elena's, the Kingmaker from Ron, right? And I put it in an envelope, but I mailed it to her separately, right? Because I figured if I put them in one envelope, it'd get lost. Then I put the other one into Grant, a male's, Red Sox champion shirt, and I mailed it to him. And one day she was walking by and she was talking about all the gifts she saw, and there was my gift. I was like,
I love that. You had an impact.
Yep. And more so for me than them. They probably have millions of people, right? But for me, it was so cool.
Yeah, but they care. They care about, and they start to hear names over and over again. And the best thing that you can do to get their attention and be on the radar is go create success. Like that really matters. Grant really, he cares so much about the success stories from that business and what his material and his massive action can do to help others. So it's a big deal.
I love it. Good stuff. And as far as
why success is my duty, and why I said I am going to be massively successful and write that story from today forward. I mean, already the businesses are booming. Photography is a really successful venture for me, but I'm like, I've got to go bigger. I've got to go even bigger, and I've got to think even bigger. And now I feel equipped to do that.
Now, on this selfie program you're doing, right? 2 questions. First, are you staying in LA? I'm in Florida.
So I am actually going to be heading back to Colorado, where my base for my photography clients are or is.
I bet you there's more people taking selfies in Miami than in Colorado.
So Selfie School is virtual. It's an online course where people come in. It's all virtual, work from anywhere. My photo business, where I'm a portrait photographer,
right,
is based in the mountains. And, I had been there for 7 years before I came here.
Yep.
And there's a certain season where you can be taking pictures and really earning the living through that. So I thought, and I also, mountain biking and hiking and all of that stuff, like that's my love. Here, I've been here for about 10 months and really came here to learn and to work. So I don't really have a huge base here. So I was like, it was a natural choice to go back to the mountains.
All right. Well, let me know, because the online stuff, that's my world. And you can do that from the mountains, or you can do that from
100%.
That high rise in LA. I was so jealous with you flying around with you. The people are saying, how are you taking them great selfies? And you're like, oh, that's my drone. I was like, oh my God.
I mean, let's just be real. Like, it's not that, like, I'm very good at promotion, and like I think I have that in common with, like, you're always looking at the story and how do you enhance this and how do you promote what you're doing. And it's like, yeah, I took my drone and it's off on the balcony and it's taking this picture. Well, guys, it's a $400 drone that I've dropped a few times. It's a little beaten up, but like I know how to fly it. I almost flew it into the building when I was trying to take the picture. But like the backstory is like real life, and then all you see is like, I'm just standing on the balcony looking whatever.
A glass of wine, watching.
Yeah. Like you can control the narrative all the time. So that is the point of Selfie School, is to help people put themselves out there, gain some confidence. A lot of people hate how they look in pictures. Because of my experience as a professional photographer, I know how to pose.
And you're posing now because you just froze. Yikes. Oh, okay, you gone. But all right, so anyhow, you guys, we've been listening with Sherri Innis, and I met her through Grant Cardone. She became part of his community outreach. Oh, here we go. You're back. I was just closing out. Are you back? All right, well, you can stay there. Hi, everybody. You've been listening to Success Secrets with Ronald Couming, and Sherri Innis has been an outstanding guest today. She has been, she is a true testament to entrepreneurship. And you talk about, perseverance, resilience, reinventing yourself, but more importantly, she's real, raw, and relatable. Her authenticity is unquestionable. If you don't know Sherri Innis, you need to reach out and contact her. She's got a couple of new programs. She's got some stuff to help you with your coaching, with your bodybuilding internally, but also mentally and emotionally. And one thing I love to say, I can see your head going there too, is, you can, yeah, so I know you're back, you're not frozen. But one thing I really loved, and we didn't get to mention on it, is diets don't work. And they'll never work, because what really works is it's a lifestyle change. You might start with the diet that will get you to the weight you want or close to it, but you have to mentally and emotionally change something, because there's some underlying causal factor that is causing the effect, the overeating, the undereating, whatever that effect is caused by some underlying causal factor. And that's why you need a coach, because you need lifestyle changing. So I'm a super
do you want to come join my team? Because you just said that perfectly.
I want to be your marketer. I want to be on your team, right? But also, who knows? Maybe I need to lose a few pounds. You know what I mean? And or actually, no, just kidding. But yeah, but no, I would love to have that conversation, see how I can contribute in any way. And again, my focus would be on earning your referrals more so than anything else, because you're just a dynamite person. You're doing great things. People need to be working on their health, their immunity, and their mental stuff.
It's the bigger thing that people don't realize. They come in for fitness and they come out with confidence because they've worked on their mindset. So,
and what I love most about my job is there are people like you who have skill sets and things that you can do and that you can bring to the world and how you can deliver it that I can't, but I can bring you to the people that need you. You know what I mean? The people.
You're the connector. It's the same. I love that.
So I kind of find a little bit of solace in that, but for, you know what I mean? Now these people are getting their needs met from this group or this person, but I connected them. So I am, in my mind, somehow helping them have a better life as well. So I love it.
That's so awesome.
All right, Sherri, you have a great day and good luck in everything. Do not be a stranger. I'm already contacting is my phone. I'm going to have to look in abandonment therapy. You know what I mean? What is it? The other one, abandonment therapy, and there's something else, right?
Totally. And if anybody wants to connect on Instagram, it's just at my name, at Sherri Innis, one word there.
At Sherri Innis. I love it. And guys, you can Google her. You can see tons of her pictures and stuff and find her that way as well. But the thing that you cannot do is you cannot not reach out to Sherri Innis.
Oh, you're so awesome. Thank you so much for having me today.
All right, guy. Thank you so much. Everybody, like I said, you've been listening to Sherri Innis. She is a rock star on so many levels. We only touched a short amount because we only had a short amount of time. She is the epitome of perseverance, pivoting and reinventing yourself, and resilience. And she has a heart of gold, and you can obviously see she has a great personality. So I highly recommend you reach out to her, maybe initially on Instagram. It's at Sherri, SherriInnis, and then just go from there. DM her, go from there, but work with her and check her out. If you don't, you're hurting yourself, not her. So love yous all. Have a great day. Bye for now.